Hello everyone, Nickel4366 here today, and today I'm reviewing the Vintage Collection Special Action Figure Set, Target exclusive. So we got the Bespin Alliance, Imperial Set, and Hoth Rebels Empire Strikes Back. I believe this is from 2010, so I'm going to compare it to some of the new and old figures I have, and so yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. So yeah, these are actually some pretty good figures. So first up we have the Imperial TIE Fighter pilot. He's looking pretty good. I've also got some other figures to compare him to. This one is missing a sticker there. I don't know why. That is super weird. I guess that's a mistake. I don't know. So yeah. So yeah, they look exactly the same to me. So obviously this one is a repack. I believe it's from the Legacy collection. So yeah. So you got that. I'm gonna compare him to the newest one, which is the Vintage Collection that came with the TIE Fighter, obviously. So you've got that. They're still pretty much the same, except for they've redone the buttons, made that more detailed, and obviously the helmet is different. So yeah. So yeah, pretty much that's what you got for it. So now I'm gonna show you, because he does have a helmet underneath. I don't know if it's just supposed to be like a generic face or a clone, but I'll show you the helmet underneath. So yeah, let's go ahead and take the helmet off. So yeah, it kind of looks like a Fett clone to me. So yeah, that's a pretty nice feature there. So I guess you can customize that if you would like. So that's pretty cool. Where did he come from? Okay, yeah, come from here. Let's grab his gun. Pretty sure this is it. Okay, so here's the gun. He can't really hold it very well, but that's okay. It's a good figure. I'm gonna try putting it in the holster. Yeah, it fits in there okay, I guess. But it's so big, it's kind of like, it's good for what it is, I guess. It says 2006, I believe. I can't tell, my eyesight is so poor. I really can't read it that well. No, 2009 actually, I think. So yeah, it's not a new, so it was kind of new at the time, I guess. So yeah, this is a good figure for what it is. Good detailing on the pants and stuff. So yeah, you can bend him, pose him, sit him down, obviously. Yeah, he can stand up well, obviously. So yeah, you can see there, like, it's pretty well detailed. Okay. So there, yep, there's that. Good figure, like, look, but the only thing is that its hips, I think, are kind of ugly. But yeah, it's okay. He can also be sat. It's kind of cool with his, how they have his gloves like that. You can obviously take his helmet off as well. He's obviously not a clone though, so that's kind of cool. You can kind of customize that. It's just like a standard looking and generic looking Imperial. So yeah, you've got that, pretty nice. Pretty nice. That's what the back of him looks like. That is actually pretty cool. So yeah, he's a, AT-AT driver, or an AT-AT driver, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, this is his little helmet. That is kind of cool, I guess. Yeah, it's a decent figure. It could be better, like they could have, I don't know, made his shoulder pads and maybe a little bit more detailed, but that's just kind of a nitpick, especially for such an old figure. So yeah, I think it's really good. It's not bad at all. So yeah. Now let's move on to the next one, which is Forlome. Oh, wait, I forgot to show you the guy's gun. Okay, so yeah, here's his gun. So yeah, he can hold it decent. It's not great, but that's pretty usual from the figures from this time. So it is what it is. I guess a lot of the times this hand can hold it better. So, which is actually the left. So, yeah, I'm just gonna. Okay, so here we have Forlome. So, it seems to be a pretty decent figure. I think its gun is a bit weird, like it's two different colors, but hey, maybe it's supposed to be this way and I'm like completely wrong. Like, see, this part is like pretty like generic and plastic, but where the other part is kind of more rubbery and has a different kind of paint. But hey, maybe it's supposed to be that way and I'm completely off, but I don't know if you can even tell that from the video, but yeah. So let's take a look at him. So here we go. So yeah, he's kind of posable, but obviously like the droid body is going to inhibit him a little, because like the way he is, it's like kind of weird, especially the shoulders. Same with the legs, like they're really hard to pose. You have to kind of jerk him harder than you usually would. So yeah, but it's an okay figure for what it is. So yeah, taking into account the time it was made, so 2007, so it's okay for what it is. See, how well can he hold the gun? I mean, okay-ish, not great. So yeah, that hand isn't gonna hold it either, so yeah, there's that. Now I'm gonna put it back on its stand and show you this, spin it around. Lazy Susan, that's what it's called. Okay. So yeah, there you go. Look at Luke Skywalker. And this is actually a good figure. It's from 2009, and I think it holds up until today. I can't really compare it to any of the new figures because I don't have another Bespin Luke, but I think he's a pretty good figure. So look, you can hold his lightsaber on the belt, which is pretty nice. You can see all the pockets here and the design on him. Like, they've got everything painted here, like the buckles and stuff. Look, his boots look really good. The pockets and everything. Look, his belt is fantastic. He's got the holster and everything. Oops, lost his lightsaber. I'm gonna actually show it to you. Here's the lightsaber. So there you go. His hair looks fine. His face looks fine. Looks pretty good. So I recommend you get this figure because I do believe they packed the majority of these separately. So, and re-released the majority of them as well. So I do recommend you pick the majority of these up, except there's some that I think you might as well just get an updated version. And I'll point that out later. So yeah, here you go. I'm gonna go get the rest of his weapons. So okay, so here he is now. He's got his lightsaber, which is looking pretty good, which can also attach to his belt, obviously. So that looks pretty nice on his belt. And then he's got his gun in his holster, which looks really good on his holster and snug and fits inside well. Because sometimes they can look kind of whack, just like the trooper we just looked at with the gun in the holster. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on Lazy Susan and spin it around so you can see the back. So yeah, I think this is a really good figure. Might be the best of the bunch. So yeah, let's see if you can put this in his other hand. I might go ahead and say no, but I'm not going to try too hard. You can put the gun in here for sure, though. So yeah, that's his gun. And I think it's pretty good. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be black or brown, but it's good for what it is. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. It's probably the most accurate version of the gun I've seen in an action figure, so I think it's pretty good. And both hands can hold it, so I think that's also nice. So yeah, can't go wrong with this one. Okay, so now we have Lando Calrissian, Bespin version. And this is an old figure, so I can't really... It's good for what it is, but I would not get it today. In fact, I've got the newest version to compare it to. But, you know, for the time that it was made, which is 2004, so it could be a kit bash to be fair, but I'm going to go with that because, you know, it's not a swivel elbow joint. It's just this. So I'm going to go with 2004. The cape is good enough for the time, which is fine, I guess. The head sculpt is good enough for the time. The legs are too, but the rest I don't like. I really do not like the chest at all. You know, it's just cringe and bad. The pants, you know, the bell-bottom pants and the shoes are good, I guess. Yeah, he has a gun on, so he can hold it pretty well, actually. The belt is good. So yeah, let's try to make him sit down. He can sit down okay, but the belt inhibits it. So yeah, it's not perfect. The color is meh. So yeah, there's that. Let's go try to put the gun in the other hand. And it works fine in the other hand. So yeah, let's put him on the Lazy Susan and spin him around. So we'll try that. So yeah, he's good for what it is, but there are obviously better versions out there, but this was probably the best version at the time, so I'm not going to be too critical of it, because it is what it is. But yeah, it's definitely the best version of it. So yeah, look, the belt, the shoes, boots, collar, definitely the cape, head sculpt, everything. So yeah. So I feel like from having it so long, or maybe just out of the factory, his face is obviously messed up with blue paint. Came out of the package that way. I feel like maybe the paint was a little bit wet when they packaged him, and it got everywhere. Because in other pictures I've seen of the figure, it doesn't look like that. So yeah, but like other Bespin wing guards, he has the baton holder and the gun holster. So I'm gonna put it in his holster for now. We're just gonna focus on the figure. Okay, wait, can it not go down further? Yeah, it can. You just push it. Okay, so that's pretty cool, I think. Pretty nice. It's looking pretty nice. I'm gonna compare it to this Legacy edition figure. I believe they also had the Vintage Collection version where you can get them both together, if I remember correctly. I can't remember. And so yeah, it's pretty much the same figure. Let me check. This probably came out in 2009 as well, and this is about around the time that came out, within a year or so, I would think. So yeah, let me check the year. It says 2009, so I believe. So yeah. So yeah, obviously I removed the gun and holster from this guy, because I like to take those all off when I have them on display and make sure those don't get lost. But yeah, so let's, you know, take a look. Yeah, pretty much the same exact figure. So, even the same hands, just different heads, obviously. So like, yeah, like 90% the same. So here's his baton. And we're gonna get his gun out. And here's the gun. Okay, you can't hold the gun real well in that hand. Let's try the other hand. Okay, he can hold that up much better. So here he is holding his weapons. Okay, so yeah, it's a pretty good figure. Obviously, you can take these off and put them back on, which I think is a cool, nice touch. So yeah, he can move. He has enough articulation. So yeah. But yeah, they definitely messed up his face, which is not a big deal. And he's pretty stiff, but you can get him to sit just fine. And so yeah, I'm gonna put his back in the holster. That's what they look like. And I'm gonna put the gun away. So yeah, I think it's a good figure. It's pretty good. Okay, so now I have FX7 with the Hoth Trooper pack. This is from like Power of the Force set, that pack that I got recently. Did a review on it, so this does not come with the 3-pack obviously, but for the sake of the interview, I'm going to show this is where it goes from that scene. So that's pretty nice touch that it goes there, because this is like a redone version, because I did have this toy available at the time as well. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and show you it. These can come out like that. Whoa, and even this part can bend. That's pretty cool. So yeah, this is a pretty rare figure because they've only made it so many times. And when they do make it, it tends to be expensive, so yeah. I think this is the last time they've actually made the figure, if I remember correctly. Aside from repacking this pack. So yeah, all of these can come out. Got a million of them. Wow. Just kind of interesting. It has a screw in it. I've never seen that in one of these action figures before. So yeah, you can move its little head around and whatnot. You can move this around. This can move. Oh wow, that's so cool. Okay, let's put them all back down now. Except for these ones. And so yeah, it can move like that. This can move. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Pretty nice. It all has spots to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the Lazy Susan and spin it around so you can get a good idea of what it looks like. So yeah, this is gonna be great for my Hoth diorama, as we have this. As he's tending to Luke. Very nice. Very cool. Okay, so we have that. So now let's take a look at the rest here. Okay, so now we have Han Solo. He's got his cool little gun with the brown handle. It's pretty nice, like this hand and on the trigger and stuff. He's got his binoculars. He's got goggles you can remove. He's got the holster. Obviously, you can only move his legs up so far because of his jacket. But yeah, that's what it looks like. Pretty nice. We can get his binoculars off. You can take the goggles off. You can't really take, I mean, I guess you could take this. I mean, no, it's too much of a ordeal to take that off, so I'm not going to. So yeah, here are his binoculars. Pretty cool, I guess. But it's a little bit rough around the edges. Like, look at that. But it's good for what it is. So yeah, I like that. You can also take that off, so that's pretty cool, I think. So yeah, there are better figures of this one, but it's good for what it is because it's an old figure. So then one of my favorites is the Hoth Rebel Trooper, which I think is pretty cool. So yeah, he's got this gun. We have here. Look at all the detail there. It's a really good figure, I think. Soft goods skirt there. He's got his holster that you can put it in. So yeah, 2008 action figure. Got the pockets and everything. You got this, which is pretty nice. And of course, you can take the helmet off, I believe. Yep, you can take it off. So he's looking pretty good, I think. So yeah, let's take all this off and put them on the Lazy Susan and see what we can do. And here's this. Okay, so here's what we got here. So yeah, it's pretty awesome, isn't it? A great set. Majority of the figures are fantastic. So yeah, if you want to get a Hoth diorama, you gotta pick this up. I think it's a great deal. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.